What's up, everybody? It's your boy Skip. I'm back again for another episode of Skip and the Sip. And y'all know what it is, man. I just be talking about what I see, what I hear, all that good stuff like that. But I'm gonna come at you a little different tonight, everybody. Tonight, instead of us talking about relationships and all that good stuff, I'm gonna talk about being in my profession. All right. Uh, as you may know or you may not know, I think I said something about it before. I'm a teacher. I've been teaching now. This is my 10th year in the public education system. 10 years, boy, it sounds crazy just even saying that. But yeah, I'm a black man teaching in rural Mississippi, where I stay in a town, like a city, but it's still a small place. All around it is the country, so it's rural Mississippi, man. So if you didn't know, black men make up only 2% of the American public teaching uh, pool. Okay, 2%. So you line up 100 teachers, ain't but two of them gonna be black. Now, out of that 2%, how many of them are coaches or PE teachers or something like that? And there's nothing wrong with teaching PE, but that's not a core subject. All right, I can imagine it's probably a very small amount. The 2% are already small, but out of that 2%, probably less than 20% of them are core subject teachers. I mean, I don't have any data to back that up. I do have the data for the 2%, but a very small amount of teachers are in core subjects. Now, myself, I am a math teacher. Most specifically, I teach Algebra 1. I can teach other classes, but that's the class I teach. I also have a social studies endorsement, and I am a coach. I coach football, I coach track, so I do all kinds of different things. I also just got my administrator license. So I am licensed to be an administrator in the state of Mississippi, but I'm not really trying to just jump into administration at the moment. I've had many self battles if I would even stay in the field, okay? And through thoughts and prayers and stuff, I really think that it's important for me to stay. Sometimes I be like, man, forget all that. I got that Michael Jordan meme where it say blank them kids. Sometimes man, it be like that, but I'm from here, so it's kind of a little different for me teaching the people, kids that I grew up with, and, and kids that was in the neighborhood and stuff when I first came back. I saw them kids, now they older and everything. And so, it's kind of different teaching people the kids of people because you kind of invested in them. And I'm really invested in my community and with the kids in my community. So much so that when I first got married, my wife was like, we sure gonna leave this place. And, I kind of played along and said, yeah, blah, blah, but man, it was just something that wouldn't let me leave. And, we struggled with it for a long time. She kind of got out of it. I know she'll be glad to leave still. And I'm not going to say that it's out the realm of possibility, but I'm very invested in the state. If you know anything about teachers, we on pension plans. And so you get in a state system and you work a certain amount of years in that state system. I have to work 30 in the Mississippi state system. And once I worked at 30, then I can draw full retirement. And so it's not feasible for teachers to move from state to state. They kind of need to change too. It need to be some kind of national program. That's one thing that'll help keep teachers in the profession. If they had some kind of national pension to where I can go anywhere and teach and I can still be a retirement. You can leave, but when you leave places, you lose your retirement. Some places let you switch if you in certain retirement system like PERS. If it's a PERS state, then you can go to another state. But a state I thought about going to don't have PERS, so I'm scared if I move somewhere, then I have to start over. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for to talk about just being a black man in education and just the overall general state of education. Again, it's different than the stuff we usually talk about, but it's all relative with men and mental health and relationships and all that kind of stuff. All right. So anyway, uh, like I said, I really enjoy teaching, but it's so many things that people don't really know. When you was in school, all you went to school and you did the assignments that they gave you and you turned them in and your teacher graded them and got back. That's all we thought. It was like, oh, well, the teacher come and grade papers and then they go home. Man, do y'all know how much time go with the teacher? Uh, Teaching is a job that you have to put in time way after your normal hours. I usually be at work every morning at 7 o'clock. All right, we don't have to be there at 7:30, but I try to get there a little early to prepare. Uh, 7 o'clock, okay, and you there on the clock to 3:30. Well, you don't know what I had to do before I went to school after I got out, okay? Like right now, all right. So today I did my normal 7 to 3:30. I have three classes, three block classes, so an hour and a half, a little more than an hour and a half long. Uh, and so 4 block I got out. Now every teacher have a planning period, okay? But because I'm a football coach, I don't really technically get that planning period. My planning period, I have to go do football, do an athletic period. And so I don't get a planning period. So all the work and stuff that I could do on the planning period, I have to take that work home. Okay. Now you come in, imagine doing football season. It's football season, and I really pride myself on being a good teacher. My teaching is gonna always come first before everything else because in Mississippi, you can't just coach. You have to be a teacher to get a coaching slot, coaching supplement, unless you just gonna volunteer and they have rules all against stuff like that. But imagine you gotta do 7 to 3:30, okay? Then after that, I gotta go to football practice. All right, we in season football practice 2 hours or so. I get out 5:30. All right, now once they get out, you don't go immediately home. You have to make sure the kids going where they need to go, whatever kind of meeting you might have for the coaches after practice or whatever it is you have to do. Okay, then I get to go home. So I'll probably get home about 6 o'clock every night during football season. Okay, now if you know anything about football coaching and all that, you got to put in time with that too. So might have to watch some film. I might have to have film study with my players. I don't have time during the school, so we have to set up a Zoom doing after football practice, whatever it is that I have to do with football. So I got to put that time. Say I put like 2 hours into that after the practice. Okay. Now I still ain't did any work for my class. If I got papers to grade, I got 3 stacks of papers to grade. About average of 20 students per class. So you got to grade 60 papers. Then I gotta put the papers in the grades into the computer into SAM. All right. So that's another. If it's nice, another hour or more. Then I gotta make lesson plans. All right. Then I gotta get my note sheets together where I'm gonna get my kids for the next day, and we have to have all that ready when I go in the classroom because I don't get a chance to do it no other time. Okay, you can't do it while you in the class. So that might be another hour. Now you put that you get the count. All right, I get home at 6. I put 2 hours in over there. I put 2 more hours in work. It's 10 o'clock now. Unfortunately, I don't have kids right now, so I don't have to do that part. But I still have a wife. okay? And my wife will want my attention, I'm sure, okay? But it's 10 o'clock now. I'm probably tired or whatever it is. I ain't cooked yet. I ain't got no dinner yet. I ain't cleaned up nothing in my house or did nothing for personal, okay? And so I don't know if y'all know, but I suffer from something called revenge sleep syndrome. I think it's the name of it. But this is a real thing, guys. It's not fake, okay? Revenge sleep syndrome basically is you say I don't work, and so I gotta take some time for myself. I can be dog tired, sleeping. No, I want to go to sleep. But I ain't going to sleep because I want to take an hour just to sit and watch TV or to watch the wall or watch anything or just talk to my wife. So I do that. That's 11 o'clock. Okay. I ain't iron no clothes. I see I got my tie on. I go to school. I try to dress like somebody. All right. Most days I try to dress like somebody. So I got to get these clothes ready. I got to iron. What time is it now? If I put another hour in doing that, it's 12 o'clock. It's midnight. Okay. What if I gotta do something else? I be making these videos. I ain't recorded in 2 weeks because it's just like when I'm gonna have the time to record, when I'm gonna do this. One of the content creators that I follow, they quit their job to create content. Now I'm nowhere near that level. I might get there, but I don't see myself quitting my job just to make content for social media. But you have people that do that and they make more, okay? So you think about this. Think about the time commitment that you have to put in to teach. That right there kills a lot of people. They like, man, I'm not finna give my all, to this for what we make, and that's bring me to my next point, the pay. Okay. Now, us men that's in marriages, men that's in relationship, you have any traditional mindset, you want to be a provider for your family, okay? But at the same time, if you teach, man, we know the teacher salary in Mississippi, the starting teaching pay right now is $37,000. Now, y'all probably hear this and like, oh my God, it's just trash. And it is absolute trash. The plus about that though in Mississippi, things are cheaper, so you got a little leeway. But still, man, I can't have no house and no family with no $37,000. All right. Now I teach. I just went and got my master, so they bumped me up in pay and all that. Now I'm probably pushing over 50,000. All right, but man, that's like most more than most of the teachers in this state right now. I've been teaching here about 6 years. They give me all my experience. So I'm at year 10. And year 10, with a master's degree, only pay $43,000. Yeah, the master's degree costs more than the salary almost. So, you have people trying to get this education and add to it, but it don't really pay. In Mississippi, man, a doctor, you can have a PhD and you probably making like 50 racks. If you making 50 racks, I don't even think you start out with 50 racks with a PhD, doctor, y'all, and you can't make that. So that right there, man, the average man, do I need money? this ain't no job that give me money. So that right there is leading detractor of men, especially black men, man. You ain't trying to do that. So you have so many teachers that have to have second jobs. But again, since I'm a coach, I don't have the time for the second job. So I just gotta make it work off this and other stuff that I dabble in. That's why you have people turning to the streets or turning to all kinds of crazy stuff trying to up their money. Then they lose money trying to up money. You got all that kind of problem, man. So the money right there. So how do I combat the money? Well, if you play the long game. Now, education can be fruitful to you, but it's only fruitful in certain aspects financially. If I would become an administrator, I just told y'all I got an administrator license, but I'm not a practicing administrator. So you become an administrator, your money will go up. You become like a high school principal, something like that, you make pretty good money. All right, you become a superintendent, then you can make great money. But see, a person like me, I'm torn. I'm torn as to what I want to do. I truly, truly love the teaching part, being involved in young people's lives. I say it, then I get mad every day because Johnny, he don't want to do what he needs to do. Keisha, she don't want to pay attention and stuff in class, so you got to fight them battles. But I'd rather fight them battles with kids than fight adult battles because I don't deal well with adults messing up and adults being silly. So we can teach children, they children. So that's my biggest mindset of it. I can teach children to be better. I can mold children to change their lives. Once they become adults, they are who they are. So that's another reason why I choose to stay in the profession. Okay. So if you choose to play a long game, then you can do that. But what if I don't want to be an administrator? What if I just want to stay in kids' lives? Well, then you stuck at that salary, okay? Or what if I want to stay in the coaching? I like coaching, all right? But I'm gonna have to one day look in the mirror and decide if you're gonna stay a football coach or track coach, or you're gonna go 100% into administration because administrators are not allowed to be coaches as well. It's a rule they changed back when I was in high school. And we had principals that served as coaches and all that. It was one high school in Mississippi. The principal of the school served as the head football coach, the head basketball coach for girls and boys. And the crazy thing is they won state in all three of them sports that year. All right? But he ended up having to get out of coaching because they was like, you basically double dipping. They don't want to give you no money. So you double dipping. You can't effectively be an administrator and be a coach at the same time. So now that pushed more people out the door. Man, well, if I can't do both of them, then I'll just go. Another thing that you have going is that so many of the old Braves, the old diehard teachers, they in retirement age, man, they retired. My parents, one of the reasons I'm in education, because that's pretty much all I know. My mom and dad was teachers. My grandma and granddad was teachers, and my dad and my granddad became administrators over time. My dad, not my dad, my granddad had taught 44 years out. 44 years. I could not imagine giving these people 44 years of my life and 20, during these times. I couldn't imagine. All right. Now, I told you got to do 30 years on to be in the state retirement system. Man, I'm gonna go to the State Department and get a job. I'm gonna do something. Because I can't just teach for 44 years. That ain't gonna happen. All right. So you got all that work against you. So if you're not into the long game, then you stuck financially. I read somewhere where now over 50% of new teachers quit after their first year. Can't keep them. Young people ain't trying to do it. The biggest thing that killed everybody was coronavirus. Coronavirus really changed the way education works because it showed teachers that you can wholesale change the way we do things and it'll work. Now it worked to a degree, people didn't get on the Zoom and all that kind of stuff like that, virtual learning. The people didn't do right, and I have my feelings on virtual learning. I don't think the average person can learn virtually. They need somebody with them, at least, the average person. Now, it's probably some places with people they can learn virtually very well. Okay, or if you are an extremely smart young person, then you can adapt to that. But most kids cannot adapt to virtual learning. They don't have the discipline to do it, nor do they have the skills to really take advantage of that. So, but it showed teachers, man, I can teach virtually. Okay, I don't have to be in the classroom all the time. It showed how all the time that we waste. Man, we were getting out of school during coronavirus like at 12 o'clock. We come in at 7:30, do your class and do 50 minutes of class back to back to back, 4 periods, and you sit home. Okay, and the rest of the day you had athletic period or whatever after school. So everybody was home at 3:30. I was at home doing football sitting at 3:30. Man, that's unheard of when coronavirus was at its height. So and then teachers start doing other things. They got other jobs, and the jobs immediately pay them more. LinkedIn right now, boy, you a teacher on LinkedIn, you go in there and say you looking for a job, man, they will flood you. I'm talking about all kinds of companies, not teaching. I saw where the teachers getting into programming. I have a computer engineering, electrical engineering background. I actually started in it. I got 5 years of college credit of electrical engineering. I done did programming stuff. I know I can learn it and get into it and double my salary tomorrow. I don't know why I still stay in anyway. I told you why. Because I almost feel like it's my duty. All kinds of people, man, you ought to get out there and do something. You too smart for this. You too. If everybody get out, then who's gonna be there to educate our babies? I'm talking about our babies. If we all leave them, nobody. Well, it ain't your job to be responsible for that. Hell yeah, but it is. It's my job from God. It's my responsibility from God. I think it's my calling. So that's why I don't get out of it. And so, how do we encourage other black men into getting an education? I don't think we can. I'm just being honest. Because if I be honest with them, most people are not going to choose this life. I don't even tell my students, hey, grow up to be a teacher. Why would I tell them this? To grow up to struggle, okay? If they don't get somebody that can help them. I'm talking about man or woman. If you don't get somebody to help them, then they going to be struggle bus. All right, and I don't want to be a struggle bus. I'm tired of being a struggle bus. But I say this. Now I know I'm kind of all over the place. This is just a general talk about what be going on. But y'all hear about all this critical race theory and all that kind of stuff. Let me tell you something, man. Nobody is teaching no critical race theory. I'm gonna just be honest. 90% or more probably don't know what that even means. What critical race theory is. What you do have though is some teachers teach history in a truthful manner. They don't sugarcoat it, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. People talking about well, we can't teach stuff that might hurt somebody else's feelings. Man, I don't care about your feelings at all. In math, there's a lot of kids, no matter what their race or gender may be, they be sad in math. Do I stop teaching math because it make them sad because they can't do it? All right, or we just give up. Well, I don't want to do this because it's hard. No. So they trying to push, this is really big in the southern states, like my state, other red states. Oh, we got to give power back to the parents. Man, listen. Have y'all ever been to a PTO meeting? Of course you have. You probably know what it is. You might know what it is. But nobody goes. Man, we was having PTO meetings, and I'm in the school with 500 kids, and you have 6 parents show up out of 500 kids. You might have no parents show up. You have open house. You get 10%, 20% of the population parents to come. All right. So what are y'all saying? You talking about power back to the parents? Nobody took power from the parents. Nobody told them they don't have no say so. They got all the say so. When they come up there complaining, they come up there fussing with the teachers and stuff. That's say so right there. But dictating what they can and can't teach because it make you feel bad and see if it was wrong. If they was out there teaching wrong stuff, we was out here saying just crazy off the wall stuff. Of course, you want to end that. But saying that certain things happen in the country, man, that's just true. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your feelings hurt. All right. I understand it wasn't you, okay, but this happened in the past. If we can't teach how stuff happened, it's still going on right now in the prison too. But if we can't teach what happened in the past, then we doomed to repeat that past. Everybody forget we'll do the same dumb stuff. I mean, look at right now how close we was to dictatorship in America. That was just insane to me. And so many people was like ignoring it. I'm a history buff. I told you I got a endorsement in social studies as well. So I really like history and I really like talking about it. One of the best things I love to do is relate history to a way that the kids can understand, where I stand and stuff. You talk about this country and that country, the ops. Boy, as soon as you say the ops, them kids, oh, whoa, you talk about the ops. They get their attention right there. But stuff happened in this country. Like I was talking the other day, dude, how did police come up in the country? And it's Black History Month, by the way. Shout out to all the black people before that paved the way, that took all kinds of brutality, beatings, just all kinds of wrong stuff done to them to give us a better situation today. We not nowhere near where we need to be, but it is better. Okay, I admit that it's better, but at the same time, it's still not the best, and it's still happening. Okay, look how they killed that Ahmaud Arbery. Look how they killed him just based on a win. We would have never found out. The DA would have just threw it away like the DA tried to do if it wasn't for that video and the man getting a guilty conscience and showed the video. That boy got killed, nobody would never know, and the old police did it to him. So it's crazy to say that kind of stuff don't happen, or we shouldn't talk about it. But y'all know what I say on YouTube, on Facebook and Twitter all the time. All this stuff is done by design. The way they do education, look how they do education. They don't fund it. All right, we send our money to all kinds of places. We send our money to countries just for any goddamn thing. I be reading how, I just seen what they sent Ukraine so many billions of dollars, but we ain't got no money, but we got the money for this. Okay, so if we don't have no money, how are we able to do that? We don't want to fund education because I think it's by design. Think of it like this, okay? If I really cared about everybody's education in this country, okay? I want everybody to be as educated as they fully can be. Well, if everybody educated as fully as they can be, they probably gonna start poking holes in the systems and seeing well, that's kind of messed up right there. I don't think that's right there. And they start pointing stuff out, and then you get the people's powers that be, they got a problem. All right. So instead of us doing that, we gonna purposely keep people down. We know kids not where they need to be. We know they don't have everything. We know the education system is just totally screwed up. All we do is test kids on nonsense, okay? Not saying academics is nonsense, but all we do is test them constantly. We beat them up with tests, beat them up mentally with tests. We beat up the teachers because they got to teach certain exact things, and they got to stay strict to the script, okay? Because if they don't, then they get behind, or the kids not learning at the rate, then they flunk the state test, and everybody, oh, you a bad teacher because your kids flunk the state test. Man, I'm so sick of them tests. You got tests on top of tests. They don't start requiring a certain ACT score to graduate on certain levels in Mississippi. The levels thing, that's a scheme within itself, okay? Because they know us, we gonna choose the easiest route that we can take, and that route don't qualify me for college, so I just enter the workforce, so I don't do nothing, and they keeping you dumb on purpose. Yeah, I'm gonna just choose. That's why parents, don't let your kids choose them easy route. Make them do the honors route. Make them do the college level route. Even if they don't go to college, make them do that route, so they'll have that in their pocket in case they want to use it. Like I got the administration license. I just got that in my pocket. I never know what might come up. AD might retire or leave, okay? Like our head coach did. So, hey, y'all need somebody, I got it, all right? This job somebody might call me tomorrow. Hey, we got this job here ready for you. All right, if you want it, we're going to pay you XXX. I can take it. I'm prepared to be able to do that. So that's the same concept. Just have them prepared, all right? But then they take option C, which they don't need but 24 credits to graduate, and they can take basket weaving and this and that. And I'm a high school graduate, but now they don't have no academic knowledge, and they have to go work. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you limited, okay? You limited. So I think it's by design, man. I think it's by design. We have to keep, for this system to work, it can't be all bosses, okay? Everybody can't be a boss. Everybody can't be highly educated. Everybody a boss, everybody highly educated. Who are the workers? Okay, who are the workers? And we had no workers, then the system collapses. So, well, it's not fun education. The people that really want it, they'll get it. The people that don't, oh well. One of the reasons why I think you see all this CRT stuff is they're trying to give parents an option again to get them out of the public school. We get you in a private school. We get you, you just teach me yourself, and we're gonna take the public money and we're gonna give it to you. So now I give all the public money away, and then I say, oh, the public system is better. Okay, you stripped us down, and you keep stripping us each year. You strippers. You put the teachers in handcuffs and tell them what they gotta do and what they can't do, and this and that. And so, man, they fed up. They fed up. So they leave at an alarming rate. Look at all the newspaper articles and on the news and on TV and stuff where you see where this school district had to close today because they didn't have enough subs. Not only do the people not want to be teachers, they don't want to be subs either. We don't have enough bus drivers. And this ain't no where I work. This is a nationwide thing. We don't have enough teachers. We ain't got enough bus drivers. We got enough administrators because why? Administrators get paid. We don't have enough, some places ain't got enough custodians. All right. So you don't have teachers, you don't have subs, you ain't got nobody that hold the classroom down. I see one place where they brought police in. They brought police in to be subs for the day. See another place they brought in goddamn Army reserve soldiers to sub as teachers for the day. Can you sit there, imagine a soldier up there talking about some teaching for the day? They don't have a clue, they just hold a spot. All right? The teachers using their time. Use your time. I don't blame you. Use it. I don't use more days this semester than I probably had the last 3 years combined. Because why? Why put myself on that stress level? Okay? And if you push the teacher too much, they just say, well, I'm gonna quit and go do something else. I can make $7,000 picking up dirt outside in the ditch. I can do that. They make that at Sanson Farm. Okay? They made that at Walmart distribution. I go up there. I had kids leaving school, quitting school to go work at Sanson Farm for $17 an hour. But I couldn't laugh too much because if you look at our stuff, it ain't pushing about $20 an hour if it's pushing it. If you at the beginning, if you don't have no stipends and stuff with you ain't got no extra responsibilities. But it shouldn't be like that. Just to teach. I'm not gonna put no number on it because you hear people say teachers ought to make $80,000. I can't say that everywhere. Not every teacher deserves to make $80,000, especially like here in Mississippi. Okay, but man, a decent way you can start. The base could be 50, and we can build up. Let the step, man. You know what our step increase is? Our step increase is like $400 every year. They'll pay you $400 more. Okay, and then it's a cap. If you got a master's, I think I'm capped out at like 60, and I got to work 25 years before I can reach $60,000. Now, when what professional job, will I work 25 years and only get an increase in pay of about $15,000, $20,000? And I don't think it's that good. It might be like $12,000 from point A to point B. Not now, okay? Not now. So why do you continue to do teachers like that? Again, by design, they all leave, the system will collapse. So then we can do private school. That's what we want anyway, and charter schools. Why? Because they don't have to follow the rules that the state schools have to follow. So they got different rules that they got to follow, okay? And basically, they trying to force everybody, force education to be a personal thing instead of something that the country take care of. Okay, you see our teacher programs, they can't get to their end and all across the nation because they can't get enough people to enter the programs to become teachers. Y'all, we had a real serious brink in education right now. So everybody running, I'm treating it like stock. I'm treating it like stock. It's going down, man. It's the bears on, okay? It's almost hit the bottom. All right, I'm gonna stay in it. Cause when it hit the bottom, man, if it collapse like that, well, we just gonna just hire teachers individually, this and that to teach people individually. Now you're gonna have to come to me, just me, and I do the negotiation. I'm telling you right now, I'm tutoring. I'm $40 an hour tutoring. I'm $50 an hour tutoring. All right, you gonna pay me $50. I can teach 10 kids at $50 an hour if I teach them 2 hours a week. Hell, what's that? If I got 10 kids at 52, that's $1,000 a week. I don't make that now. $1,000 a week. So I teach 10 kids, 2 hours a week at my leisure. Now what if I gave them an hour a day? Okay, I had 5 kids and I gave them an hour a day at $50 an hour. Shoot, boy, that's $250. $250 a day. That's $1,000 a week right there. Okay, I be trying to find me some kids. 5 kids I can tutor. All right. Now if you see this, man, I offer online tutoring service. Y'all hit my line for that. But anyway, that's one of the reasons why I stay in. Because it's gonna collapse. And when it collapses, it's gonna be sweet because you're gonna have to hire me as an independent contractor. All right, and it's gonna be the people that care about their children's education, and that's fine. All right, that's the people we rather teach anyway. But that's not fine for the country. All right, I mean, y'all look at the education numbers throughout the world. Our numbers are steady going down compared to other world. We be talking about we don't need to let foreigners into the country, stuff like that. Man, do you know how many foreigners in the country because they can do math? We don't have enough people that can do that kind of stuff, so we have to outsource. Not outsource. We have to insource, or whatever it's called. I don't know the proper word. Bring people in from India, from Iran, from Iraq, or wherever else. We got to bring them from. Asian countries, maybe places that don't want, that like us. They get our technology and take it back, and then we wonder how they got this and that. Well, they do all the stuff for us anyway. So they're going to have to keep teaching people math and science at least. So that's where I come in. I'm available. I can teach you all the math and science you need to know. And those studies that you need to know. But again, it's not good for the country. Who going to lose in that situation? Black people. Black communities, and black people. Because if it becomes just all community-based, you just start your own school and stuff like that, how many black communities gonna have all the necessary resources to put together a good school? We ain't got no money, okay? So if it's just a community with no money, what are you gonna be doing instead? Out of somebody's house, out of abandoned buildings, or whatever? Will you have the stuff you need to properly teach them? Will you have the teachers, the client, the employees, or whatever you're gonna call them, to do it? Will you be able to pay them? All that kind of stuff. How many charter schools y'all done seen, that started by us and they collapsed because of different reasons? All right, these are gonna be the same thing. And who gonna win in this situation? The places that got the money, the communities that got the tax base, they got all the resources, who know the system and pimp the system for them. That's who's gonna win, not us. So in some ways, I hope it collapses, but if it does, it's gonna hurt black people and minorities and underrepresented communities the most. And then what? So again, I don't really know, how to convince more black people. It was a program called they called me Mister. I think that was the name of it, where they was trying to entice black men to join the education arena. But I haven't heard of that program anymore. I've seen it in some books. I know they had a chapter, they were doing something at Jackson State, but I ain't heard nothing else about it. But I would love to see more black men enter teaching. I was talking to a boy the other day on Twitter, and he said he wanted to be a teacher. You know what people did? They got in his comments and said he was stupid. They talked about the boy so bad, they were like, you must want to be poor. You want to get talked about and deal with people, kids, all negative. Nobody said nothing positive except me. I was like, man, be a teacher. Because we need people. All right. You might have to do some stuff to get some money some other way. But besides that part, man, it's a rewarding profession in other ways. And I know that don't matter to a lot of people. But man, when I see other young boys and young women too, but particularly young boys, young men, when they graduate and they go on, if they go on to college or if they go in the workforce, I got kids right now, man, at their school just doing it big, man. Leaders and school leaders and stuff like that. They really excite me. I got other young men. They didn't go to school, but they went to the workforce, and now they getting married and having families and providing for their families. They being men. They being men, young men that like we need to have today, and that just really make me proud. Okay, so when they come back and talk to me and all that kind of stuff, man, I have a tear in my eye. Like, man, I'm doing something right, and I'm encouraging people to do other things. I had a boy today that said, "Cause I do this cause of you. Cause if it wasn't for you, I'd quit or I'd go to sleep in class and this and that. But you inspire me to not do that. Okay, I be on the head too. You ain't going to sleep in my class. But all of that, man. I know I've been rambling, and I don't know how long I've been going. I think I hit the point, but man, I'm gonna talk to some teachers. I'm gonna try to bring some teachers on the channel. Again, it just sometimes get discouraged creating content, but I'm not gonna stop, man. I'm not gonna stop. Okay. But anyway, uh, if you a teacher out there, man, just let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm accurate, if I'm not accurate. I want to hear from teachers. I want to hear from black men teachers as well, black male teachers, professors, and stuff like that. How do you feel about being a black educator? Are you fulfilled? What would help fulfill you? All right, and different things like that. So again, if you like my content, man, like, subscribe on YouTube, share it, man. Please share my stuff, y'all. Share, share, share. Okay, if you like what it is that we talking about and what we doing. Black men, always remember it's okay to be a man, and it's okay to be emotionally intelligent. All right, I can be a man, but still have emotional intelligence. Our community needs it. Our women need it. Our children need it. And we need it for ourselves. We ain't got to be hard all the time. I say all the time, stop being so hard, man. You ain't got to be hard just to prove you're a man. I'm a man, and everybody know I'm a man. But I'm not overly hard, okay? I'm going to give some shirts. Black men, it's okay to be emotional too, or something like that. Some merchandise. All right, good people. As always, man, y'all know I love you. Hold it down, okay? One love.